Sampurita pamita paramita balena Vidvansiyo kila kilesa samohajalang Teneva landa araham arahoti namang Vandami buddha mamalang Hadaye tapetva Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasaṅkappa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasaṅkappa Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasaṅkappa Homage to the Exalted One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Magga-naṭṭhaṅgiko seyo saccānaṁ caturōpada Virago setto magganam dipadānaṁ cakkuma The best of paths is the Eightfold Path. The best of truths are the four sayings. Non-attachment is the best of statement. The best among humans and gods is the person who sees the reality. ඛතමං චෞසෝ Sammāsaṅkappo නෙක්ඛම්ම සංකප්පෝ අව්‍යාපාද සංකප්පෝ අවිහිංසා සංකප්පෝති Venerable Sirs, nuns, friends in the Dhamma, you are in a very special meditation retreat named the Noble Eightfold Path, conducted by the Bhāvanā Society, West Virginia. This is the main doctrine in Buddhist teachings. All the teachings that the Blessed One explained for 45 years can be summarized into the Noble Eightfold Path. And also, you are so lucky since you have a chance to listen to this valuable message. If someone can listen to this path, the Noble Eightfold Path, his life is indeed half successful. If a person can practice it, his life 80% successful. And if he can gain the results through practicing this path, more than 90% we can succeed our life. Buddha says, Ujjuko nama so maggo, abhaya nama sadisa. This path is the fearless path, the direct path for the liberation. Here we should understand very clearly the Sammāditthi. Sammāditthi is very important, right understanding. Buddha always emphasizes the importance of having Sammāditthi, right vision. Vision is first, then mission. Vision without mission is useless. Mission without vision is blind. When you go to a place at first time, you should know the address very well. Without knowing the address or place, you never start your journey, your trip. First of all, you should know the address very well. House number, street, city, zip code, everything is very important. Practicing Dhamma also like that. Buddha says, Jānato aham bhikkhave passato āsavānaṁ kāyam vadāmi no ajānato no apassato. I proclaim the liberation for those who know the path, who see the path. Here, first of all, we are again discussing the nature of Sammāditthi, right understanding. My topic is Sammāsaṅkappa, right intention. However, I should tell something about Sammāditthi. The Noble Eightfold Path, there are steps. There are 8 steps of happiness here. The Eightfold Path is the path of happiness. You know, we do everything for happiness. From our birth to death, from morning to night, we do everything in the name of happiness. In our common life, we always think that our happiness in the future. That is why we always wish a better tomorrow. In our common life, always we think that happiness will come in the future after we fulfill something. Always we are hurried to do something. Why is that? We think that our happiness will be in the future after we fulfill something. When you feed your children, you are very hurried to send him to the school, college, university, and finally, when everything is finished, your children are no more near you. Like that, you know, our common life, always we think that after we fulfill something, happiness will come in future. That is the nature of our common life. But what is the difference in Buddhism, the Dhamma? As soon as we come to practice Dhamma, immediately we start our happiness. That is the very special thing in Dhamma. Usually, we are seeking happiness by doing our day-to-day activities. But when we come to the Dhamma, we are enjoying happiness at this present moment. Our past has already ceased. Our future hasn't come yet. We have only the present moment. And also, if we want to practice Dhamma, don't worry to practice for long time, for many hours, many days. We have to practice only 1 second, 1 breath in and out at once. If you can succeed the present moment, breathing in and out, our entire practice is successful. But before that, we have the correct vision about the path. Especially we discuss the Noble Eightfold Path. They are Sammāditthi, right understanding or right view, Sammāsaṅkappa, right intention, Sammāvāca, right speech, Sammākammanta, right action, Sammāājīva, right livelihood, Sammāvāyāma, right effort, Sammāsathi, right mindfulness, and Sammāsamadhi or right concentration. These are the steps of the Noble Eightfold Path. The very first one is right understanding. According to 𝒮𝓃 Sutta, which comes in the Majjhima Nikāya, there are 2 steps of right understanding. One of them is in the mundane level, based on the conventional truth. The other one is the Sammāditthi based on the ultimate truth, which belongs to the ultimate truth, absolute truth, based on supramundane level. What is the very first level of Sammāditthi? Whatever we do with intention, verbally, physically or mentally, we will have the same results. Whenever our mind is polluted, if we do something with a impure mind, verbally, physically or mentally, suffering follows us. Suffering follows us. Whenever we do something with a pure mind, verbally, physically or mentally, happiness follows us. This is the very first step of Sammāditthi, right understanding. If we have this understanding, always we have ātāpi sampajāno satimā vinaya loke, abhijjā domanassa. Then we have ātāpi energy. Sampajāno, we have right understanding. Satima, mindfulness. And vinaya loke, we are releasing from the world. As a result of this understanding, we always try to overcome negative thoughts from our mind, and also we try to maintain positive thoughts in our minds. Here we practice 3 meritorious deeds as much as we can. Generosity, virtue, and metta bhavana, meditation, mental culture, in the mundane level, samatha bhavana. Not only we have this knowledge, always we remember it. Not only that, we trust in this reality. Actually, we have heard it for a long time. Until we come to be confident in this reality, we have no real Sammāditthi. Sammāditthi means not only just knowledge, but we should confident it. Then it comes to Suttamaya Paññā, the wisdom of hearing. If we are trust in this reality, we do everything thinking this reality. We always keep our mind pure and calm. The very main doctrine that helps us to purify our mind is that practicing metta bhavana, loving kindness meditation, contemplating on thus may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. The second step of mindfulness, Atti bhikkhave sammāditthi ariya anasava lohkuttara magganga. The second step of Sammāditthi, right understanding. What is that? That is based on the noble truth, ultimate truth, the Four Noble Truths, and the dependent origination. It explains the nature of our life. What happens to our life at this moment? Our entire life is that our 6 senses and 6 external objects, such as eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, nose, and mind. These are the external objects. These are the internal objects. And also we have external objects, such as form, sound, smell, so on. Our entire life is these internal senses and external objects. and also what happens to our life at this moment. When we see something, when we hear something, when we smell something, when we taste something, we can contact something at the present moment. We can catch the color through our eyes. We can hear sound through our ears. But very special thing, when we recognize this experience, the very first experience has already ceased. We recognize everything through our mind consciousness. Our mind is very fast. These senses also very fast. They arise and cease at the moment speedily. But because of our ignorance, we always think that at the present moment I can contact something. Actually, at the present moment we can contact something. It is true. But when we understand it, the very first experience has already ceased. For an example, when you drive, you always look at front. You never look at your wheels of the vehicle. When you walk, always you look at front. When you sit, always you look at front. You can never the place you are sitting just now. If you want to see the place you are sitting now, you have to stand up. Then you can see the place you are sitting. You can see the place where you were sitting. When you eat something, you eat very delicious food. Actually, when we eat something, we enjoy that food. When we are tasting that food, always we look at the plate. When we enjoy the food, we think that the food that now I am enjoying, I am tasting is in the plate. Is it true? No. If you taste some food at this moment, that food is in your mouth. But always we think that when we eat something, when we taste something, we always look at the plate. That is why we have attachment to the food which is in the plate. If you are mindful and wise that now I am eating food, now I am tasting food which is in the mouth, we can enjoy, we can taste that food, but we can have never attachment to the food. We never steal that food. We always steal the food which is in the plate. As soon as when you taste something, if you can understand the food is in your mouth, then you have no greed or attachment to the food. But you can enjoy food. You can taste food. Enjoying or taste is not the problem. What is the problem? Problem is attachment, greed, craving. That is the cause of suffering. Like that, when we see something, when we hear something, when we taste something, when we smell something, always our mind depends on the material world, outside world. This outside world is also like the food which is in the plate. What is the thing that now we are knowing, we are understanding? Our mind objects and mind consciousness. That is the place where we are living now. This is the truth. Buddha says, whether a Buddha appears or not in this world, this truth is forever. This is the eternal truth. This is the vision And also this vision based on the dependent origination. Iti imasmin satidam hoti, imasmin asatidam hoti. When this is, when this is not. When we contact something at the present moment, we can see, we know there are eye forms, eye contact, eye consciousness, eye sensation, eye thoughts, everything is there. They arise at the moment, they immediately cease at the moment. Based on these things, next our mind arises, mental formations arises, and mind consciousness arises. There we recognize something. This is the truth, what the Blessed One explained. This is the nature of the Sammāditthi of the second step. Not only we should know this truth, but we should confident it. We should trust in it. This is the place where we should be confident in. Before you go to somewhere, you should trust in the address. If you question the address, never you can reach the destination. Like that. But that confidence or faith will end after you come to the destination. Then no more trust or belief, because that is your own experience. The very important thing, when we come to the Dhamma, not only going to the end, but as soon as we start the path, we can see the results. Those are the qualities of the Dhamma. Dhamma is well expounded by the Blessed One. Visible results, immediately effective, calling one to come and see, leading onwards, and to be personally realized by the wise. These are the qualities of the Dhamma. As soon as we remember something, when we hear something, when we smell something, if our mind depends on the material world or persons or things, we should understand, I depend on suffering, decay, sorrow, sickness, death. When we think something, if we think there is something outside, that is the nature of ignorance. That is the nature of bhava, the process of becoming. We are ready to come back to the world. It means we are not away from suffering. But after receiving this understanding, we can associate with the world. We can respond to the world. But we gradually go forward on this path. 𝒮𝓃 ℒ𝒶𝓃 This is a fearless path. This is the direct path. This is the path that leads to happiness, emancipation, and final liberation and enlightenment. And also, where we should practice the Noble Eightfold Path after we receive Sammāditthi? In this retreat, in this Bhāvanā hall, on the poet day, full moon day? No, dear friends, from morning to night, in four postures, sitting, standing, walking, lying down, in every breath in and out, we have to practice it. As soon as we come to this understanding, we trust it. We trust in it. And also we do all the activities in our day-to-day life, giving the priority for this path. Since we know very well, whenever we are on this path, we have no fear, no doubt, no problems. Whenever we go away from the path, suffering follows us. We have to face a lot of problems. Therefore, as soon as we come to this understanding, Sammāditthi, right understanding, we have right intention. Whenever we speak, that belongs to Samma Vaca, right speech. Whenever we do our physical activities, that belongs to Samma Kammanta, right action. Not only that, when we do our jobs for our livelihood, we earn every second righteously, honestly. Why is that? We have a very higher level goal, spiritual goal for our liberation. We don't disturb our spiritual goal. We do our activities, our jobs righteously, honestly, perfectly. And also, we have right energy, effort, Samma Vayama. Always we do our activities avoiding negative things, unwholesome deeds, and always we do wholesome activities. Now we have a spiritual dream. What is the dream? The liberation, getting rid of suffering. And also we practice right mindfulness. Now we have Sammasati, being aware of our body and mind. We practice mindfulness in 4 areas: the contemplation of body, the contemplation of sensations, contemplation of consciousness or mind, the contemplation of mental objects. And also we have right concentration, Samma Samadhi. Using Samadhi techniques, Samadhi Bhāvanā, we concentrate our mind in the present moment. That concentration belongs to the conventional truth based on the material world or persons. When we practice Dhātu Manasikara, the contemplation of 4 fundamental elements, we use some material things in the world based on the conventional truth. But our vision is based on the ultimate truth. When mind gradually gains concentration, we reflect on impermanence. What is impermanence? We reflect on the impermanence of our I is impermanent, forms are impermanent, I consciousness is impermanent, I contact, I sensation, everything is impermanent. What is the meaning of impermanence? What is the meaning of impermanence? Here we should understand the changing and impermanence, viparinama and anicca. Viparinama or changing can be understood by anyone. Everything is subject to change. That is very easy to understand. That is not the thing what the Buddha realized. Buddha realized anicca, impermanence. That is based on the Paticammupada. There we can see a very special sentence that can be seen in Buddhist teachings. Ahutva sambhutam hutva na bhavisati. Not being occurred comes to occurrence. Being occurred will not come to occurrence. Not being occurred comes to occurrence. Being occurred will not go to occurrence. this sound. This sound didn't come to the present from the past. This sound will not go to future from the present. This sound arises and ceases at the moment. It arises and ceased at the moment. We can see this finger is impermanent. One day it can be changed. My ear also, someday it is going to deaf. It's very easy to understand. That is not the thing Buddha realized. Buddha realized is that when conditions or causes are together, there is experience at the moment. When causes cease, the experience ceases immediately, without remaining anything. But again, we can create the experience again. But that is not the previous experience. But it is mostly same. Therefore, we think that the experience is same. When you left your home, completely everything left according to the ultimate truth, not the conventional truth. You left everything. When you go back to the home, you will see the same home. You may think that now I meet the home that I left. It is like when you go to the mirror, you can see your reflection there. That reflection arises immediately when you go there. As soon as you leave the mirror, the reflection ceased without remaining anything. But again, when you go to the mirror, you can see the same picture, same reflection. Do you say that until I will come back, my reflection was here? No, we never see. There we are very wise. But unfortunately, in other places we are unwise. You know, if a dog or cat goes to the mirror, he may think that there is a person there. He goes away and again come back. He may think that that person is waiting for me. Is it true? No, because of his ignorance, he may think that that is not the reality. Our all experiences are like that. We are talking here the ultimate truth, absolute truth, based on the supramundane level, which belongs to the second step of Sammāditthi, right understanding. If we want to overcome suffering completely, we have to overcome ignorance and Bhāvanā. The attachment to the process of becoming should be completely overcome. For that, we should have this understanding. As soon as we come to this understanding, and also if we trust in this message, we conduct our all the activities based on the Noble Eightfold Path. For that, we should overcome both extremes. If we think there is a world, that is an extreme. If we think that there is not a world, that is also an extreme. Dhamma explains, if a person sees the arising of five aggregates, he doesn't go to the extreme of nihilism or 𝒮𝓃. He doesn't say that there is no world. Because when we contact our senses, we can experience the world. When we see this reality, we don't go to the extreme of nihilism or 𝒮𝓃. And also, when we see the cessation of this experience, we don't go to the extreme of eternalism or sansarvāda. These both extremes should be overcome by one vision, which is the Paṭṭisamuppada, the dependent origination, or Arya Nyaya, the theory of noble ones, or the Idappaccata, causality, causality. ētēte bhikkhave ubhavanti anupagama majjhima patipada. When we release through these extremes, we find the path, spiritual path, spiritual map. What is that? Aryo Atthangiko Maggo, the Noble Eightfold Path. Now we trust in this reality, and also one day we dream to achieve this understanding. What is the final goal, final results? As soon as we see something, we understand the formal world, the material world has already ceased. I understand everything through my mind consciousness. That mind consciousness also arises and ceases at the moment. With this understanding, we release from the material world. At the same time, we release from even our insight or mentality or mind and mental formations too. Yattha nāmañca rūpañca āsī-saṅgapurujjati. Wherever mentality and corporeality completely cease, that is the place where is the end of suffering. This should be our spiritual dream. One day we should achieve, one day we should arrive in. Having this dream in our minds, we gradually go forward with right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, right concentration. Finally, we come to another station, Samma Jnana and Samma Vimukti, right knowledge and right liberation too. Always we think of this reality, the cessation of mentality and corporeality. Whenever we find a person or thing as permanent, as me, as myself, that is the nature of ignorance. It means we are not aware from aging, decay, sickness, death. We face to aging, sickness and decay as the nature of this life, but we have no the suffering of decay, the suffering of sickness, the suffering of death. Even arhants face aging, sickness, death, but they have no suffering. They have this understanding. When other people are crying with these experiences, the arhat person faces those nature without attachment, without suffering. With this understanding of Sammāditthi, right understanding, we come to the next level, next stage, that is Sammāsaṅkappa, right intention. What is right intention? The intention of renunciation, Nekamma Saṅkappa. The intention of renunciation, Avyapada Saṅkappa, the intention of non-ill will, and Avihimsa Saṅkappa, the intention of non-cruelty. As soon as we see this reality through our listening, we always keep our mind pure and calm. Now we gradually going away from sensual pleasure. As soon as you come to this monastery, actually you are following it. When you are at home, you always enjoy seeing something, hearing something, smelling something, tasting something. But here, you came here for the food for your mind, not food for your senses, five senses. We are taking here food for our mind, not food our physical body. What are the food for our mind? The spiritual food, such as mindfulness, loving kindness, compassion, tranquility, wisdom, confidence in the Dhamma. These are the spiritual food that we are taking here for our inner peace. That is the intention of renunciation. And also the intention of non-ill will. Here we practice Metta Bhāvanā. The Buddha says, he who wishes to attain the peace of mind should practice Metta Bhāvanā, contemplating on thus, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. As soon as we come to right understanding, we start our spiritual journey by practicing Metta Bhāvanā. Again and again we think of it, which is, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. Not only when we are sitting here, but in all the postures, when we walk, when we stand, when we lie down, when we sit, everywhere we think of that, may all beings be well, happy and peaceful. As the result of practicing Metta Bhāvanā, we come to the highest attitude of practicing Metta Bhāvanā. What is that? Mātā yatāniyam puttaṃ āyusāyeka puttamanurakkhe. If a mom has only son or daughter, she loves and protects that child as her own life. As soon as we meet a person, we see a person, we remember a person. As soon as we listen to a sound of a person, as soon as we listen to a sound of a phone of someone, we should think that that person is like my only son or daughter. Until we come to this attitude, we haven't started our spiritual journey. We can do some good deeds, meritorious deeds, and also we can be reborn in a blissful life, in the human life or in the divine life. But we haven't started our spiritual journey until we come to this attitude. This attitude shows that we have come to the path. That shows that we are mentally healthy. That is why the Blessed One says, let's live happily, without anger, among the people who are angry. That is our skill. That is the way how we show our mental health. Among the people, those who are angry, we are not angry. Not only that, we can be proud of that. No one can make me angry. The one who can make you angry will become your master, since you are controlled by that person. Do you like it? No, no one likes it. The one who can make you angry will become your master, since we are controlled by that person. Therefore, always we practice Sammāsaṅkappa, right intention. Not only we don't do anything mentally, but even we don't do any wrong thing, even verbally or physically. Verbally or physically. Avihimsa saṅkappa. We don't disturb anyone verbally or physically. When we come to the path, since we know very well, our mental health is very important. We always take care of our mind. Mind is the most valuable thing. We take care of it. Always we purify our mind. Mind is the most valuable thing that decides whether we are happy or unhappy. With this understanding, no matter whatever you do in your lay life or in your spiritual life, monastic life, wherever we do anything, we do all the activities giving the priority for our practice, which is the Noble Eightfold Path. And also, we always try to increase the Sammāditthi. The Buddha explains the way how we cultivate this Sammāditthi again and again. While we are practicing Dhamma, we have to associate with good friends again and again. With this good association, noble association, we should listen to Dhamma. 𝒮𝓃 ℒ𝒶𝓃. By listening to Dhamma, we should cultivate our Sammāditthi, right understanding. 𝒮𝓃. With our discipline or virtue, discipline in our speech and behavior, by practicing virtue, we have to cultivate this Sammāditthi, right understanding. 𝒮𝑘ච්ඡානුග්‍රහිතः. When we meet our spiritual friends, we should discuss about the path. My friend, did you understand the Four Noble Truths? What is your idea about the divine origination? How do we practice mindfulness? So on. We should discuss this Dhamma with our noble friends, Dhamma friends. 𝒮𝑘ච්ඡානුග්‍රහිතः. And also Samathanugrahita. By practicing Samatha Bhāvanā, tranquility or concentration meditation, we should go forward. You know, we can see some people, always they need to listen to Dhamma again and again. They have hundreds of questions. Again and again they answer. They ask questions. Never ended. My friend, while you are receiving the knowledge of the Dhamma, please practice Samatha Bhāvanā. Purify your mind from hindrances, nirvana. Then a lot of problems are solved automatically. Not only that, when our mind is very pure and calm, reducing hindrances, nirvana, when a person explains the Dhamma very clearly, immediately we can understand the real meaning of the Dhamma because of less hindrances, nirvana. We have to start our spiritual journey. While we are walking, we can practice walking meditation, contemplating on our physical body and dreaming our spiritual goal. Our spiritual goal focuses on releasing from the material world. While you are walking, if you can understand, when I recognize my physical body, my body contact, body consciousness, everything has ceased. I recognize everything through my mind consciousness. That mind consciousness also arises and ceases at the moment. While you practice walking meditation, you can practice insight meditation. If you are very wise, a gifted person, directly you can come to the final destination. That is why when Buddha appeared in this world, when Buddha was living, when Buddha met some gifted person, the Buddha explained the end of the Dhamma. When Buddha met 𝒮𝓃 Buddha advised him, 𝒂𝐓𝐢𝐻𝐢𝐻 ditte dittamatthaṃ bhavisati, sute sutamatthaṃ bhavisati, mute mutamatthaṃ viññāti viññātamatthaṃ. When Bāhya, you see something that is just seen, that has already ceased. When Bāhya, you heard something, that just hearing, that experience has already ceased. Please practice this pattern. Immediately that gifted person could attain enlightenment. When Buddha preached Dhamma him on the way, while Buddha was begging food on the way. Dear friends, firstly we discussed the Sammāditthi, but again and again we have to listen to it in order to cleanse our knowledge and understanding. Not only that, we should trust in this message. Then it comes to Suttamaya Paññā, the wisdom of hearing. Then we come to next level, Chintamaya Paññā, the wisdom of thinking of. Again and again we think it when we do our day-to-day activities. Not only that, Bhāvanā Paññā, the wisdom of meditation. By practicing Samatha and Vipassana Bhāvanā, again and again we contemplate on this reality. Finally, we can practice, we can apply it into our day-to-day life. When you remember something, please try to test your understanding. As soon as you remember something, your home, your children, your vehicle, now I am reading my mind, not just the real place. We are reading our own minds at the moment. But our delusion or ignorance doesn't accept it. He always brings us suffering. The ignorance always says that, my friend, no, don't worry. You have your home there, your children are there, your vehicle is in the park. Always our Mr. Delusion always invites us to get suffering. But removing this ignorance, we should live with mindfulness and wisdom. Mindfulness is the best friend who reminds this reality, what we have already heard. Then we make a friend with us. We make the best friend, which is the best friend, mindfulness. Being to be friendly for our mind is mindfulness. Okay, dear friends in the Dhamma, here we discussed Sammāditthi, right understanding, and also today my topic was that Sammāsaṅkappa, with right understanding, we immediately come to Sammāsaṅkappa, right intention, the intention of renunciation, the intention of non-ill will, the intention of non-cruelty. And very special thing, according to 𝒮𝓃 ℒ𝒶𝓃, whenever we practice a part of the Noble Eightfold Path, always Sammāditthi, Sammāvāyāma and Sammāsaṭṭhi lead to all the parts of the Noble Eightfold Path. When we practice right intention, we have right understanding, right effort and right mindfulness. When we practice right speech, we have right understanding, right effort and right mindfulness. When we practice right tranquility or samadhi, concentration, we practice it with right understanding, right effort and right mindfulness. When we practice right livelihood, when you earn money, doing your jobs, you have right understanding, right effort and right mindfulness. And finally, when we grow up with concentration or Sammasamadhi, these 8 steps come to the same level. When they come to the same level, we cut the defilements in the Magga with the Samatha. In our normal life, we practice one by one, but with our concentrated mind, we come together with these 8 steps in some levels. When we come to one level, we say that it is Sotapanna and Sakadagami, Anagami, Arahat. Stream entry, Sakadagami, once coming and non-returning, and Arahant. In these stages, we come together with these 8 steps, especially with Samadhi. That is why the Buddha always encouraged us to practice Samadhi Bhāvanā. Buddha always encouraged us to practice tranquility meditation, such as Ānāpānasaṭi, breathing meditation, Metta Bhāvanā, Dhātu Manasikāra, the contemplation of fundamental elements. These are the special meditation techniques that Buddha explained us to cultivate our concentration, reducing hindrances. Whenever we reduce 5 hindrances, we develop rapture and joy. Rapture, piti, joy, sukha. When we practice Dhamma, gradually our inner peace, our happiness, rapture grows up. When we practice Dhamma, happiness grows up, and then we are automatically encouraged to go forward on this path. Then our hobby is our Dhamma practice. When we come to the Dhamma, we don't go far away seeking happiness. Our happiness depends on purification of our mind, living at home. Your home, your house, your room is the best place for your happiness. Your garden is the best place for your meditation. But from time to time we come to these places in order to meet our spiritual friends, and we wish to cultivate our knowledge and understanding. That is the purpose we come here. But when we are at home, if we practice Dhamma, mindfulness, our house is a meditation center. When we walk on the path, on the way, if you practice walking meditation based on mindfulness, that path is a walking path, walking meditation path. Whenever you sit in your room, that seat is a meditation seat. Whenever you practice Dhamma at home, at your lobby, that is your meditation hall. Then you can see the beauty of your life. Our beauty of our life, depends on purification of our mind. We should see the beauty of our mind, purifying our mind. When our mind is pure, it means our sankappa, we have right intention. When we have right intention, our verbal and physical actions are correct, our jobs are righteous and honest, our effort is correct, our mindfulness is correct, we practice samadhi. As a result of fulfilling samadhi, we can attain Sammāyāna, right knowledge, and finally right liberation. Okay, dear friends in Dhamma, for that I wish you all the best. By the power of listening to this Dhamma, may all your spiritual goals meet with success. Finally, may all of us attain the supreme bliss of liberation. Sadhu, sadhu. Dukkham pantā ca niddukkhaṃ, bhayam pantā ca nidbhayāṃ, sokam pantā ca nissokāṃ, hontu sambe pipānino. May all beings be well, happy and peaceful.